Hi everyone, this is Jason from PageSmack. Today we're going to be going over how to use the Employee Portal. So the Employee Portal is a portion of our platform that allows your employer and your fellow team members to communicate vital information to you so that you can deliver the best service possible. To get access to the Employee Portal, your company's admin department will need to set you up on the platform. And once they've done that, you'll basically get an email that explains how you can set your password. So once you've set your password, obviously you'll be able to log in. Today I'll be logging in as an employee. I'll show you the type of information and functionality you can expect to see once you start to use the Employee Portal. So to start, we'll go to our homepage, pagesmack.com, and then we'll click Login. I'll just quickly log in with my email address. All right, so upon logging in for the first time, you'll see some terms and conditions that you'll have to read through and accept. Once we've done that, we'll be presented with the Employee Portal. Before I get into any specifics, I should mention that you may not see some of these features. Your admin has the ability to enable or disable certain functionality within the Employee Portal, and this will impact what you can see and do. I should also mention that the Employee Portal works awesome on any device, including phones, tablets, and computers. So we'll start by having a look at the navigation menu. So at the top, we have a link to the Employee Portal. As an employee of SuperClean, this is kind of the fictitious company that we'll say that we work for. This is where I'm going to access information on the jobs related to SuperClean. So below, you'll see a bunch of other options like website, blog, customers, teams. None of these sections will contain information that relate to our employer. If I had a watch repair business on the side, for example, this is where I could set up customers and invoice them. So to start, we'll want to access the Employee Portal via this link at the top. So we'll click this link. And as you can see, we started at the Employee Portal, so the screen hasn't really changed. But this is the main page for the Employee Portal. On the left, we've got basically the main menu from which we can indicate our mood today if we so choose. Below, we've got a link that indicates, or that rather will allow us to see our schedule. It'll allow us to update our profile, those sorts of things. And below, we've got a password reset button. All right, so the main section of the Employee Portal shows our schedule for today. You can see we're booked from 8 to 5, and then we also see our scheduled hours for tomorrow. Then below that, we can see the jobs and events that we have scheduled to us for the current day. So we see the start and end time, as well as the location of the job. And clicking on the address here will actually open up a Google map that outlines basically how to get to the customer's property. So we'll go back. You might find that useful as you're trying to navigate. All right, so let's assume that this job here is our next job and we're about to leave the office. Before doing that, let's just open up this job so we can get additional detail on it. So we'll click the More Info button. All right, so at the top here, we see that we've got some options. If we're going to be late for the appointment, what we can do is select the amount of time that we're going to be late by. And then we can click I'll be late by 45 minutes. And what this does is it sends a text message to the customer just indicating that you will be a bit late and what the new arrival time is expected to be. If we're ready to leave for the appointment, what we can do is click this button, Send On My Way message. This will send a text message to the customer notifying them that you're on your way. And then once we get to the job, we'll want to check into it by clicking on this button here. All right, so we've also got some information on this page regarding the customer as well as the job. So if we look to the right here, we've got the start and end time of the job. We see it's 8 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. We've got the name of the customer. We've got their address. Again, we can click on this and it'll open up a Google map. We've got their phone number. We can click this if we're on mobile, we can click this, it'll initiate a phone call to them. We've got their email address, and we've also got a link to the actual invoice. If we're interested in additional details on the job, if we want to understand exactly what's been ordered, we can click this link here. All right, below that, we've got the customer's location. We can interact with this, we can get directions, that sort of thing. Next, we see the other team members who've been assigned to this job. Based on the color of the ring around this icon, we can see whether or not they've not checked in. Maybe they have checked in, which is the case with James. And if they've checked out of the job, there'll be a dark green ring around this icon. All right, next we have the option of uploading a photo to this job, or many photos actually. So let's say, for example, we've been asked to repair something and we need to record the initial state of that item before we start our work. We can do that here. If we're on our mobile phone, we can click choose file. That'll open up the photo application on your phone. You'll be able to take a picture and upload it from here. We can also see photos that other team members have uploaded to the job. So that's on the right here. So we can see James has uploaded a couple photos. If there's notes on the photos, you'll see those here as well. So we can expand these photos simply by clicking on them or tapping on them if we're on mobile. All right, so at this point, let's have a look at the specific details that pertain to this job. So we'll scroll up and we'll click View Invoice. And essentially, before we start any job, we'll want to review the details within this page to understand exactly what's required of the job, right? So we'll scroll down and we see the special instructions. The keys will be in the mailbox. We see some details around what's been ordered by the client. In this case, they want the special cleaning package for 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We've got some additional services that they're interested in as well. Before starting any job, we'll also want to review the notes associated with this order. So if we click Notes, we see that the owner has a large dog, but it is friendly 60% of the time, which is great. We can also leave notes on the job ourselves. So these are notes that our teammates and the admin will be able to see. The customer will never see these notes. So we can add those in there. So let's just add a note real quick. Our other team members know not to be afraid of the dog. So that's pretty much it for reviewing and interacting with specific jobs. Let's have a look at the other functions of the employee portal. So we'll go back to the portal page by clicking the link at the top. And next, we're going to go down to the employers link here. And we're going to click on Super Clean Austin. All right, so starting with the left side of the screen, we've got links that allow us to update our profile, view our schedule, and find jobs. Moving right, we see company contact information, our contact information, and a listing of other employees who are on our team, as well as their phone numbers. So let's quickly update our profile. So on this page, we can update our name, cell phone number, we can add, update, remove our picture. Let's say that our address is not correct, and so we're needing to update that. So let's say we actually live at 560 Bear Avenue. All right, click Save. All right, so next we can review our schedule and assign jobs by clicking View Schedule. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, the employee portal works on all devices, but you're likely to be using this on the road. So I'm going to show you how all of this works in the mobile view. Okay, so this is how it works if you're looking at it on a cell phone. So to start, we'll just quickly go through some of the navigation buttons. At the top here, we have a link that takes us back to the last page. Below that, you can see that we can change the date range that we're looking at. We'll move it up to April 14th. If we look at the actual calendar, we can see this to certain hours that we're scheduled to, and those will be indicated in blue, light blue. So just by looking at this calendar view here, on Sunday, we're scheduled from 8 a.m. all the way to 5 p.m., which is also the case for Monday. And then we see that we have no assigned hours on Tuesday or Wednesday. And then our schedule starts back up on Thursday. All right, so then we have these blocks that represent specific customer jobs that we've been assigned to, like this one here. So if we want quick access to information on the job, what we can do is click on the appointment, and then we can click info at the bottom of our screen. So click on this button here. And essentially clicking on that button opens up some quick info on the job. We can see the customer, the property. Again, clicking on this will open up a Google map. We see the phone number and the customer's email address. All right. So if we go to, let's have a look at April 2nd. There's one item I would want to show you. If we click on appointment here and go info, you may see start time plus minus 1 hour. This simply means that we've communicated to the customer that there's a window of time where we may arrive. In this case, the appointment was booked for 8 a.m. We've communicated to the customer that we may arrive between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m., which is indicated here. All right, so to close this information box at the top, we can either click close at the top, or we can click on the close button down here. So we'll just click close. All right, so let's say we want more information on this job. We want to know what work actually needs to be done. So to get this information, all we have to do is make sure the box is selected and then click invoice. And this will take us to the same document that we were looking at earlier. And as with last time, we can see the details of the job. If we scroll down, we can see the notes as well. All right, so we'll go back to our calendar by clicking this button. And again, we'll expand this to April 14th. All right, so let's talk about declining jobs. So your admin may set you up such that you have the ability to decline maybe jobs that have been assigned to you. So what we'll do is we'll actually look at a job that's been scheduled to us, say April. I think we've got one on April 13th. So what we'll do is select this job. In this case, we know that our boss has set us up so that we can decline jobs that start 1 week in the future or more. It's currently April 2nd, so this job here fits that criteria. So let's say we've looked at the job, we've looked at the customer, we've looked at the work required, and we're not interested in it. If we'd like to decline this job, what we can do is just make sure it's selected here. It's selected, and then we'll click delete. And then at the top, we've got confirmation that we were removed from the job. All right, so within the employee portal, our boss can also give us permission to pick up unscheduled jobs. So in order to do this, what we'll do is we'll go back to the main portal page, and then we'll click Find Jobs. And what we'll do is we'll go to April 4th. So you'll notice that this calendar view is very similar to the one that we just looked at. There's a couple differences. In this view, we can only look at 1 day at a time. And we just changed the date at the top here as I just demonstrated. So we're on April 4th. You can see we're not assigned to any jobs today. And what we're wanting to do is see if there are any jobs that we can assign ourselves to. So we'll click on Show Unscheduled Appointments at the top here. And we see that we've got one job that's available. All right, so we can click on this job and it shows us that this job is going to span from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. If we're interested in seeing additional details on the job, you can click View Details of Booking. And again, this will show us exactly what's been ordered by the client. If we're interested in taking this job on, what we will do is click on our name at the top here, Bill, and then we'll click the Assign button. All right, so we have confirmation that we were assigned, and it's now in our calendar. All right, so that's pretty much it for the employee portal. If you do have any questions regarding any of this functionality, feel free to reach out to your boss or reach out to us using the Contact Us page, and we'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.